Let's go run the Chicago Half Marathon. Hey guys, and welcome to the start of another running vlog. Today is Saturday, June 8th, and this video is going to be a little bit of a catch-up on how marathon training has been going. And I also plan on filming the Chicago Half Marathon that will be taking place tomorrow morning. To catch you guys up on what's been going on lately, I have signed up for the Chicago Full Marathon that will be taking place in October of 2024. That will be my third full marathon, but it will be my very first full marathon that is a non-Run Disney race. It will also be my first full marathon where I will not be running alongside my husband Lucas, and if you guys have been following along, you'd know that he typically accompanies me at a majority of my races. After finding out that I was selected in the randomized lottery for the Chicago Marathon, I learned quickly about something called the Chicago Distance Series. And if you know me, you know that I love a good challenge medal. So of course, once I learned about it, I immediately signed up for the other two races that take place in the Chicago Distance Series. Now, how this challenge works is that you have to participate in a total of 3 races in the Chicago Run season, and that is the Shamrock Shuffle 8K, the Chicago Half Marathon, and then of course, the Chicago Full Marathon. Not only do you get to earn this really cool 4th medal after you complete the series, but you also earn guaranteed entry for the Chicago Full Marathon of the following year. If all goes as planned and I complete the Chicago Distance Series, I would then earn a guaranteed entry into the Chicago Marathon of 2025. So of course I signed up. We already completed the first race of the series, which is the Shamrock Shuffle 8K. That took place back in March. Lucas and I ran it alongside some of his coworkers, and we had a total blast running around the streets of Chicago. It was the best way to kick off the running season. I did want to quickly show you the medal that we earned from that race here. So it has a green band with, all the St. Patrick's Chicago things. And this is the medal itself. It says finisher, Shamrock Shuffle, and then it has the date March 24, 2024 at the bottom. Since this will be my first attempt at completing the Chicago Distance Series, I couldn't resist purchasing an add-on for my medal, and it is this eye tab that you can get placed on the back of your medal. It has your name and then your time of that race. I'm not typically one to run for a certain pace, but I thought it was fun to kind of document progress as the races continue. So that was the medal from the Shamrock Shuffle 8K. And then the second race in the Chicago Distance Series, as I mentioned, is the Chicago Half Marathon that is happening tomorrow. That will be 13.1 miles. Lucas will not be racing with me for this race. This will be my second half marathon that I'll be racing on my own, but he will be there to drop me off and potentially be there at the finish line. It just kind of all depends on what time I start, how fast I run, etc. So we will see tomorrow, but in the meantime, he will be going with me to go pick up my bib today. I'm just waiting for him to get off work, and then we'll head into the city so then I can pick up my bib. And then later tonight, I do have plans to share with you guys some of my race essentials, what outfit I'll be wearing, as well as some of the goals that I have for tomorrow's race too. So on that note, I will check in later today. Home now, and as you guys saw, I picked up my bib and my participant t-shirt. It was a very quick in and out situation, but it was a lot of fun. I want to start off by showing you guys the participant t-shirt that we got. It's this awesome blue color. It's very bold and I'm a big fan. So it says Bank of America, Chicago 13.1. It's very breathable. I'm very excited about the quality of this shirt. Don't know if I'm going to be wearing it during the race. I think though for the half, I'm going to wear something else, but I do love this shirt. And then my bib, I am number 4907. So this is what the bib looks like for the half. I am a proud back-a-pack girly in Corral F, which, speaking of pace and whatnot. Typically for my training runs, my goals are much more centered around pace, and typically when it comes to race day, my goals are always based around, completing the race overall, having a good time, avoiding injury, and just, taking it in. And so tomorrow's race is going to be a little bit different in that I am hoping to PR, so we'll see if it happens. The reason why I don't typically try to PR at races is because I usually am a Run Disney race runner, and for those races, I don't care what my time is. I stop a lot for pictures. I tend to walk a little bit more through the parks just to kind of enjoy and experience it. Typically, race times don't matter at all to me, but for this one in particular, I do have a goal. On a really good run day, I'm at like 2:35, and like on a normal run day, I'm like around the 2:40s, 2:45s. I might not hit it tomorrow, but I also maybe could. I'm hoping that the adrenaline of race day might push me to reach the 2:30 mark. The reason why I am aiming for that 2:30 mark is because it is the proof of time cutoff for Run Disney races. If I'm able to complete a half marathon within 2 hours and 30 minutes, I can then potentially submit it as my proof of time for my Run Disney Dopey Challenge races in January of 2025. So all that to say, tomorrow I will be trying for 2 hours and 30 minutes for the half marathon, but tune in tomorrow to see if that happens. Okay, so I'm ashamed to admit that it took me a little bit longer than I anticipated to figure out what I'm wearing tomorrow, but went back and forth about whether or not I wanted to wear a t-shirt or a tank top. Let me show you my flat lay. Okay, so here is my flat lay laying on our floor here. This is the participant t-shirt that I had just showed you. Gear bag that I never really use, bib, and then my tried and true Hoka Clifton 8s, my Lululemon belt bag, non-slip headband, this shirt, my black Nike race shorts, my features socks, race goos. These are the cola flavors, which are my absolute favorite. Pocket tissues, Mylar blanket, just in case I need it for the corrals, couple of blister band-aids, extra contacts, eye drops, chapstick, AirPods, IDs, and a credit card, just in case as well. So that is all that I'm bringing in my race bag with me. Again, I don't bring much. I did want to mention really quick these like Scar & Co. links. They're like magnets to hold your bib. I think I'm gonna try them out for this race. So those are all of my race essentials and the outfit that I will be wearing for tomorrow's half marathon. I am so excited and feeling very, very prepared. I feel like at this point I have trained as best I could with the circumstances that I was given. So I am excited to give it my best shot tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and carb load, hydrate, and then I'll see you guys in the morning. So I'm back home now after completing the Chicago Half Marathon this morning. I have since showered, I put on my new Chicago Half Marathon race shirt, and I wanted to quickly sit down and give you guys a recap of how today's race went. To start, I did want to give you guys a close-up on today's medal. For 2024, the theme is Reimagine because I believe the course is different this year. So on the band, it does say Reimagine. And then this is a close-up of the medal itself. It says Chicago 13.1 at the bottom with today's date, June 9th, 2024. Looks very similar to the Chicago Shamrock Shuffle 8K medal with the kind of simple and silver design. And then on the back, there is a place to put an eye tab. I am officially 2/3 of the way complete with my Chicago Distance Series this year. While I did not PR at today's race for 2 hours and 30 minutes, I'm still very proud of how I raced today. I technically ended up beating my best recorded time of 2 hours and 45 minutes. with 2 hours and 44 minutes. So literally beat my PR by 1 minute, which I think is hilarious. Felt very, very strong the first 8 to 9 miles of the race, for the most part on track with racing a 2 hour and 30 minute half marathon. But at around maybe the last third of the race, the sun had broken over the horizon, it burned through the clouds, and at that point it became hot in the kind of mid 70s, high 70s range. I usually run my training runs around the neighborhood either in the early morning or in the late evening, so running in the direct sun is a little bit on the newer side to me, and so my pace significantly slowed down. It got to a point where I decided to shift my focus from racing a 2 hour and 30 minute half marathon to just making sure I was staying hydrated and maybe taking more walking intervals than I usually do, just to kind of combat that heat difference. Given that this was my very first Chicago half marathon, I was pleasantly surprised with the experience. It was so very well organized, and the spectator turnout was unmatched for a local race. The volunteers were also awesome. All of the water stops were well staffed. I honestly feel really lucky that the Chicago Half Marathon is so local to me. It makes the likelihood of me signing up for the 2025 race pretty high, so stay tuned to see if I end up signing up for next year's race. For now, the next race on my calendar, as you guys know, is the Chicago Full Marathon that's happening in October. This weekend actually kicks off the official training season for the Chicago Marathon, so cheers to many more training runs in store this summer, where we will get nice and used to running in the direct sun. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on how training goes throughout the summer, and we also have some trips in store sprinkled throughout the season as well, so stay tuned for those. We are going international for one of the trips, so get excited. We'll be sprinkling some travel vlogs between now and October, but in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me in the Chicago Distance series. I'm excited to bring you guys along as we continue on to October's race, but also excited to bring you guys along on some of the adventures that will be going on this summer too. So until the next one, I'll talk to you guys soon.